Yo, yo, yo. All right, man. All right. I've been recording my trades, but I haven't posted the recaps. But like, I've been recording them and not posting them. But anyway, any day. We're starting off the summer 0 for 3. Yeah, I know, but like, not really ideal. But it's okay though, because I'm proud of every one of the trades because I stuck to my rules and I had no bad psychological errors. So I'm really just gonna be covering over the one today in full depth, but I'll go over the ones from the third Tuesday and then the fourth Wednesday really quick. So on the third, I lost $70. But the funny thing is about this trade, you kind of read right here. This is my journal about it. Um, it's crazy, but anyway, my bias was bullish because we had this it was this 4 hour gap that 4 hour gap we're working out of, and then we tapped a 4 hour order block right here. Um, so I was bullish on the day. So it's kind of my high time frame analysis. So anyway, we had market open at 8:29, and this was the trade that I was gonna take. Why am I pointing with my finger? So this line right here would have been my TP, not this like where it's at right here. But anyway, my line is where I would have took the TP, and it would have been a 1 to 2.5 R. But when I entered the position. Why am I still pointing? I entered it at 8:30 on the dot because I was waiting for the close above this inverse, and right when I was going to enter, it just skyrocketed to my TP, and as I was entering the trade, I got a shitty fill, and I got filled right here, and then I was up like 180, and then went back down to break even. It was the weirdest thing ever. But then I took another trade on ES after this, and then this trade looked like I was trading off of an IFVG because ES didn't take that high yet, and I wanted ES to take that high, but then I got stopped out, and then ES eventually did take that high. But if I would have taken that same trade on Nasdaq, I would have went TP because this day they were just really not correlating like they usually do. So it's whatever. But this is kind of what I took off of this trade. And the second trade yesterday, um, this is this is my analysis right here. If you want to read it, and then I lost 113 on this day. Um, hold up, I don't even. I'm trying to remember. Um, okay, I took this trade off of market open. It looked like because let me read my analysis. I entered off a bullish order flow targeting the high that was panning out to my favor. Once your price reached the line, I reduced my risk to 50%. Okay, so that's what it looked like. I'm pretty sure my bias was bullish because yeah, pre-market sweet swept London and Asian lows right here, and then um I entered, like I said, off the order flow, and I was targeting on the, if you see in the 4 hour, I was targeting this high right here, and I entered kind of right in the market open, or a little bit before maybe, and I went reduced my risk once I got up here because this was where I went to usually go to break even, reduce risk, and I reduced risk, and I ended up getting stopped out on news. And the thing was like maybe should took my position out of news because I would have been a little bit in profit. And news is very improbable to trade with, so that's kind of the mistake I made on that. And then I just shut my computer for the day and I was done. But I wasn't even feeling emotional at all, which is having good time with. Not good time, but I'm proud of myself for it. This is my analysis right here if you want to read it today, but I'm gonna go to the charts to review this trade because today was painful. It was hard, but hit me 2 channel. Um top step X. All right. Okay. Anyway, let me get rid of all this shit. Actually, I want to see my position where I took my trade. Actually, I know where I took it. So I took two trades today. One on were they both on Nasdaq? No. Let me check. I don't see. I don't remember, man. This why I gotta journal my trades. Um, first trade was on MES. Okay, yeah, okay. Now I know. Um, first trade was on ES, but anyway, I'm gonna go over my bias for today. My bias was bullish because I wanted to see a continuation, and we had a high time frame SMT right here. So that was that SMT, and then you can see right here that we go on that. Uh, yeah, that's good. So then, wait a minute. Uh, I was not SMT was in play till market open, but anyway, now we have the SMT. But I was even looking at the higher time frame for my bias because my bias was really mixed because after news came out, it did sweep some of these lows, but I got on the charts at around 8 o'clock, and I thought this was the original news candle up here. I thought this right here was a 7:30 news, but it wasn't. So my target was bullish because of that, and that's why I was looking for longs the whole day. But the 7:30 news was down here. This was the London or not London lows. This was the 7:30 a.m. unemployment claims news. So I thought this was. So that's why I originally was bullish. So the first trade I took on MES was after we came down and swept these lows down here. We had a SMT, but it got quickly invalidated. So you can see like this, I didn't risk that much on this trade because it was a really risky trade. So right here, and then right here was the SMT. So then my entry after that SMT on MES was let me show execution so I can see this. Here we go. So I entered. Hold up. We had I don't even see. I don't even know. Let me see. My bad. This is a terrible trade recap. Um, you can see right here. We had this SMT. So then I put my stop. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, okay, okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. It was a fair value gap. So anyway, we had SMT. I think it was right here. And then yeah. So then dude, I don't even know. I thought we had an SMT, but it doesn't even look like we did. But anyway, I thought we had that SMT. Oh, know what the SMT was? My bad. Probably got to edit this out. But the SMT was right here, and then on ES it was right here. So then, literally a 1 minute SMT. I don't know why I thought it was okay to have that as a confluence, but then I thought this gap was gonna hold, so I literally entered when price tapped into the gap, and it just completely inversed it. So I had my trade was like was like this, and I was targeting the highs up. I was targeting this high because I thought it was gonna be reversal, and my stop was below the SMT, which would have been validated. And right there, my first trade, they got stopped out. Second trade was a little bit better. Um, second trade, I thought was gonna. It was on Nasdaq, and let me mark it out real quick. Preferences, show executions. Um, Second trade was off of this enter. Looks like I entered right here. And my stop was right here. My target was up here. So this was my original trade, but I ended up getting stopped right here because once I went in profit, I reduced my risk to these lows right here, and I literally got stopped out. But anyway, my confluences on this trade, I'm pretty sure I want to say an SMT. Um, it was SMT with Nasdaq and ES. So we had this SMT right here, and then we had this right here. So then I put my stop at the bottom of where the SMT would be invalidated, and then I would have hit my full take profit. But like I said, when price got above this, like up here above that high, I moved my stop. I reduced it to right here, and literally got stopped out by like a point, and then price went to TP. So that's whatever. It was two trades. First one was not really high confluence. Neither was the second one, so I didn't risk that much. I feel like I'd start taking better quality trades, but my bias was wrong in the first place. So those are my trades for today. But I feel like I should have had a bearish bias targeting these lows because I thought this was the news candle, but it wasn't. The 7:30 news was this candle right here taken out this low. But anyway, that's my trade recap for today. Um, in the past few days. So I feel like I need to take more quality, better trades, and hopefully I can get this fund back up. But see ya.